Hello everyone. I'm going to create multiple videos to explain about my statistics class. I've taught statistics for the social sciences for 6 semesters so far and received very good evaluations from students. Then I decided to create these videos to share with you the content I cover, the class activities and homework I'm using for my class. The audience for these videos are instructors and professors who teach statistics for the social sciences, any major of social sciences at the undergraduate level. I'm going to share with you stuff that I learned during this time, and you're welcome to use my data, class activities, and homework for your statistics classes. The class I'm teaching, I'm using Excel as a software. And the reason for this is many students in my classes are not very familiar with Excel. So I thought that's kind of more helpful to use Excel to teach statistics instead of other softwares like SPSS or R. Other softwares also very helpful, but when students need to learn more about Excel, I think that's better to go with Excel rather than other softwares. Excel is more accessible in many agencies, and also they can use that in other classes, their internship, in their career in the future. So I think that's a good choice to go with Excel, especially if your students are not very familiar with Excel. My classes in each semester covers 12 lectures. This is the outline I have for my classes. Lecture 1, we always include the overview of the course, and we are talking about what is statistics, population, sample, and sampling process. I usually explain this stuff in the first session. The second lecture, we are talking about variables, what are variables and what are the types of variables. And then I give them homework 1. Lecture 3 includes introduction to Excel, and we're going to discuss frequency tables. Next session in lecture 4, we are discussing graphs like pie chart, bar chart, histograms, and we are going through different shapes of distribution like uniform distribution or normal distribution for data. And lecture 5 covers measures of central tendency and measures of variability. Measures of central tendency like mode, median, and mean, and measures of variability like range and standard deviation. Then I give homework to students. Next session, we are covering standard z-scores. Lecture 7 is the central limit theorem, and then homework 3. Lecture 8 covers hypothesis testing. Lecture 9 is to discuss one sample t-test, and then the student's gonna have homework 4 covering lectures 8 and 9. Lecture 10, we're gonna discuss dependent sample t-test and independent sample t-test, which I'm gonna give them homework 5 after covering this content. Lecture 11 is gonna discuss Pearson correlation, and lecture 12, we're gonna talk about simple linear regression, and homework 6, I'm gonna cover Pearson correlation and regression. And finally, students gonna have an article analysis, which is I'm gonna give them a sample article, research article, and giving them a few questions. They're gonna read the article and answer the questions. The article is based on what we learned and covered during the semester, and they can apply what they learned to this specific article. And here just a table of the assignments and the course evaluation criteria. I'm going to have 6 exams, 6 homework that, as I mentioned, each exam and homework cover specific lectures. I'm going to have article analysis at the end of the semester, and I allocate some points to professionalism, which is class attendance, and that's depend on you if you want to include that or not.